Oh, I keep forgetting to watch the new Pokemon trailer. Nice. Movement tech. Well, this is sad. I think it's finally happened. I'm at that point where I just don't get excited for Pokemon. I have no faith in Game Freak at all. I didn't even dislike the last one. I hated Scarlet Violet. I mean, I didn't dislike the last Legends of Arceus. But I just don't have faith in Game Freak. I can't even I can't even like feign excitement. You said there's gameplay already? They showed some gameplay?
What Pokemon looks like. Not only are they for.
Where's the gameplay? Is it this? That's what I just watched. Is it in this maybe? Oh.
Here are some of the colorful characters you'll encounter. To help people and Pokemon coexist, the city has set up wild zones. These areas, located throughout Lumiose, give wild Pokemon habitats where they can thrive.
I hate that.
To catch one of...
Oh my god, it feels like it just goes backwards. Now instead of even doing the bare minimum of making new biomes that you'd go through and explore, now it's just, here's like some like tiny pockets. Oh fuck. That's so stupid.
If you're having a hard time catching one, have one of your Pokemon use its moves to weaken the target, making it easier to catch.
Man, how? Again, how? Like, Arceus, I really didn't dislike. Like I said back then, it had a lot of flaws, but I liked the direction it was trying to push the game in. It was finally doing something at least a little bit different. This feels like they took Arceus and then did as much as they could to remove anything they were pushing. They're like, fuck, okay. We'll take the name, but we're gonna make it even more bare bones. And it's so embarrassing now on the back of Pal World. Because you see Pal World showing what you can do with the formula and the concept, and then you go to this, and it just looks like mobile slop.
Style of Pokemon battling not seen in previous titles. Moves can have a longer or shorter reach, or different areas of effect. When a trainer's Keystone resonates with the Megastone held by their Pokemon, the Pokemon will do more than just change shape. It'll unlock a new level of power, turning the tide of battle in its favor.
This feels like a mod for Arceus,
into a city that belongs to both people
where
and
like a
Pokemon.
fan would just put in
Who
a
knows
city.
what kinds of encounters and experiences will
Except
await
they might have the decency to at least have voice acting.
Pokemon Legends ZA. Coming late 2025.
God, man. Do you think change within Pokemon games is restricted by the hardware? No. I think that's just become cope as well. Like, there is so much they could clearly do. Like, just even from the like, I hate to just keep bringing up well, no, actually, it's fine to bring up Arceus, because this is literally Legends, so it should theoretically be an improvement of Arceus from years ago. But it's stepping backwards. Arceus, using the same shit, was able to do some different things. This, somehow, does less. Like, they put in even less effort. And then, if you want to get even bigger with it, look at what Zelda does with the same hardware. There's nothing wrong with this game. There's always going to be people that defend it. Like, yeah, it's Pokemon. What do you expect? It's got to be the exact same fucking thing every time. And somehow they just keep making it worse and worse over the years by taking more and more things away. It's for kids. Why are you being such a stickler? I know. We do this every year. And the fact Switch 2 is going to have better hardware just makes this game look worse. Even just setting aside the hardware stuff, just the fact that Pal World exists just makes this look so shameful. Again, this is I guess it's still a little too early to tell everything, considering this is all we have right now. But it seems like the entire game takes place in a city with designated wild zones for Pokemon interaction. That is the laziest shit ever. They didn't even bother having different areas to go for different Pokemon. You just stay in the fucking city of copy and pasted buildings and NPCs and go to a couple of wild zones for the Pokemon you want to fight. It is actually a mod at best. Pretty much NBA 2K. Yeah, you're basically walking around the 2K hub and you catch some Pokemon in a couple of spots, it seems. Now we just need Jake from State Farm to have one of his own buildings here. Oh, for sure, Raygun. They need to take Pokemon away from Game Freak. They just have to. They have to. It's so bad. It'll sell extremely well. It'll probably, again, break records. They always do. It is such a shame, man. They started to cook a little something with Arceus. They did the ultimate sin of making me believe in them to a certain extent, and then they pooped this out. What a shame. Have you ever played Pet Simulator on Roblox? It's exactly like that. Wonder if they'll add the gambling elements too. Oh, that's a good question. How much longer do you think until Nintendo starts to get a whiff of the gacha? It's gotta be soon, right? That forbidden fruit is probably going to be too tempting in the next couple years. They already have that with their mobile game. Oh, is it in TCG Pocket? I haven't played it. I never downloaded it. Yeah, no, I didn't know. I couldn't tell you. I haven't played TCG Pocket. I didn't know they already did it. Hopefully someday Pokemon games get truly good again. You'd think they would at some point, but I don't know, man. The ship has truly sailed for Game Freak in my eyes. This was the final nail in the coffin there. But if Pal World exploding and eating Pokemon's lunch in their own genre didn't incentivize them to start pushing the boundaries a little bit and improving, I don't see what will. I think your bias is very much showing, Charlie. This game has a lot going for it for actual fans. I would love to hear what. The legitimate question. I would really like to hear what. It's really not that bad. There's honestly a good amount of improvements and stuff fans have wanted for a while. The return of Megas, the new combat system's not new, an actual Zygarde story. Come to realize this game just isn't for non-fans. So then what say you... I guess now all of a sudden I become Pokemon non-fan, interesting, but then what say the real fans to no longer having any exploration or any biomes. Instead, everything is designated to just this city and a couple of wild zones. And it's not a new combat system. Combat system no longer turn-based. It's an extension of the Arceus system. So, okay. You know, fine. We can use the word new. To me, it's not new. It's just an extension of what Arceus already laid the groundwork for, but that's fine. I won't even bother splitting hairs with that. I won't even bother. It's fine. It's not because you can actually dodge attacks and shit, like walk around mid-combat in the Pokemon Move 2. Okay, let's do this.
Bombs made using these noble Pokemon's favorite foods. It can be difficult.
It's just them combining this
with
with the Pokemon battle normally. It's not new, it's an extension, is the point I'm trying to make. So they take that, and they just put it in a normal battle too. It's the same, it's an extension. But, again, we don't have to split hairs. It's fine. We can say it's new, but it is just, it is fundamentally, they took Arceus and took that and just put it here. They moved it.
Moves can have a longer or shorter
like,
range, or different areas
but we,
of
it's,
effect.
again, it's fine.
So choose your timing and positioning carefully.
But what were the other things to like? Because again, in every category I can see, it is a downgrade from Arceus. It is a step back in every conceivable way from Arceus. And I guess if you're really a fan of the reintroduction of Megas, this is really hype. But again, that's not new. They just brought something back. Not gonna lie, this combat is the first thing to catch my attention from a Pokemon game in a long time. That's your prerogative. That's fine. I'm not your dad. If this is what gets you greased up, that's fine. I can't pretend that I understand it. Like, that's very low standards, but that's fine. I don't know why we wouldn't expect something better, especially when they had proven that they can do things new and push things with this. This just had a ton of flaws that could have easily been worked on and improved, but it looks like it wasn't at all. To be fair, the Pokemon subreddit seems to be excited for it. Yeah, but they're also excited for everything. Subreddits on anything, any subreddit is excited for anything from that product. Anthem was pumped for Anthem. The Anthem subreddit was losing their mind over how excited they were with Anthem. So it's not really good data. Not really. Have you seen the Xbox subreddit? That's such an extenuating circumstance because Xbox is so in the shitter. You can't use Xbox as an argument. That's not fair. Bro, it'll literally be fine. I'm not saying this game's gonna come out and ruin everyone's life. I'm just saying it's just extremely disappointing that Game Freak cannot improve. Like, they cannot, legitimately, I guess, cannot do anything new. It's just same freak every time. But this time, they went backwards somehow. Well, not even somehow. They've done that before, like with Sword and Shield, they went backwards. It's just that it can be done so much better. It has been proven that it can. Charlie, you're just hating. No, man. I have been wanting Pokemon to be good again for so long. I got so much shit for being so optimistic about the Arceus direction, and now all of a sudden now I'm just the hater. It's... Brother, you can like what you like, but you're just wrong. I just want it to be good. And it could be, should be. Pal World showed that it can. But Game Freak's not the one to do it. It's sad comparing this to the Xenoblade remaster coming out at the end of the month and seeing the difference in quality. Yeah, like even going aside from like a Xenoblade, comparing this to just anything is sad. It sucks, man. Just why? It could be so simple. Curious as to why Onyx is so small? I don't know, man. That's like the least of my concerns with it. What did you not like about Sword and Shield and Legends? Sword and Shield, I hated how it was like... What? That one's... Is there revisionism going on right now? Because Sword and Shield, when it came out, most people had the same thoughts I did. That game was like... the smallest Pokemon game ever for what should have been one of their biggest moments. They had like half the roster of Pokemon, and everything in it was worse than every game that came before it. It was so bare bones.